Number 6, dressing properly by covering the awrah.
Firstly, for women, the majority of the scholars say that the woman covers all of her body in salah except for her face and her hands. However, many of these that state this say that if there is a non-mahram present, then she is also to cover her face in salah due to the many ahadith on this topic. But if she is on her own, with other women, with her husband, then she's okay to uncover her face. There is a dispute, however, when it comes to if it's permissible for a woman in salah to uncover her feet. The Hanafiya say that if it's uncovered, it's okay, and her salah is valid. And this is the opinion of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah ta'ala. The Malikiyya mention that if the feet are uncovered, she has to repeat the salah if the salah is still in its time. And we'll talk about the timings of salah next class. However, the Hanabila and the Shafi'iyya, which is the majority, they say if a woman's foot is exposed in salah, she has to repeat it even if the time has gone. So if she exposed it, for example, in Asr, and then she prayed Maghrib, and she remembered, oh my God, my feet were exposed in Asr, she has to repeat it. Many state that this is the correct opinion, and this is better for the woman to be cautious and stay away from disputed issues. Also, sticking with the majority in any issue is safer, especially in salah, which is the most important act of worship and the first thing that you will be asked about on the day of resurrection. So it is best to start off your accountability on a good note. Now, for men, the awrah in salah is from the belly button to the knee. The belly button itself is not an awrah, and the knee itself is not an awrah. Between them is. Some state that you must cover in salah from above the belly button and below the knee. And that if the knee is exposed or the belly button is exposed, then that is invalid. That is not the case. However, why they say this could be out of cautiousness. Add a bit more clothing to this area, because when you bend in salah, if it goes below your belly button, then your salah is invalid. So adding a bit more, then bending and exposing just the belly button or half the belly button, still valid. Again with the knee, doing it below the knee, because as soon as you are sometimes in sitting between sujud, the shorts go up. If it exposes the knee, alhamdulillah, the salah is still valid. But anything above that, then the salah is invalidated. Another issue I'd like to mention for men is about a matter that we see a lot of in the masajid, and that is when the back part between the navel and the knee is exposed due to wearing trousers and tops instead of a qamis or a silwar qamis. Some even show cracks when in sujud, which is not a good thing to look at. So not only do I say to dress appropriately when standing before your Lord, but have some dignity, man. If this happens unexpectedly, then you cover it up quickly. The correct view is that your salah is still valid. So two things: unexpectedly and for a short time. For example, you're praying outside with the lads, the wind blows while you're bowing. If you cover it up quickly, your salah is valid, inshallah. But if you know that wearing this type of clothing always exposes your back, and you're always in a battle trying to push either the top down or the trouser up and tuck it in, then you must change into something more appropriate. In Bukhari, a young boy by the name of Amr ibn Salama radiallahu anh was the one that knew the most Quran in his tribe. So he said, "They therefore made me the imam to lead the prayer, and at that time I was a boy about 6 or 7, wearing a burda, which is a black square garment, proven to be very short for me, and my body became partly naked. A woman looked at me from my tribe and said, 'Won't you cover the anus of your reciter for us?' So they brought a piece of clothing and made a shirt for me, and I have never been happier with anything than with that shirt that I received." So as soon as they knew that it exposed his awrah, which the lady that passed pointed out, they got him something that will never expose his awrah again. If you know that this exposes your awrah, cover it up just before you pray. Know in whose presence you are in. If you were to meet like the CEO of your company, or a king, or a prime minister, or any other leader, or any significant figure that you honor, you would dress appropriately and not just put on any normal clothes that will get the job done. What about facing the King of Kings, the Master of the universe, and your Creator. Doesn't He, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, deserve better? A true Muslim goes above and beyond to please his Lord, even in the way that they dress. The more you dress appropriately, the better. As mentioned in chapter 7, O children of Adam, take your adornments at every masjid. Some of the Salaf would adorn themselves by putting on perfume before they enter Salah. So we must all take our appearance seriously when it comes to the meeting with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in Salah, because this shows if you really honor in whose presence you are in.